Overwatch is the worst thing ever. Alien Covenant is far worse.
Have you ever seen The Room?
Have I seen? I've not seen The Room.
You should watch The Room. It's amazing.
Is it a Netflix thing?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It's
that's one of those like C movies that people are real jonesed about because it's so bad it's good.
That wasn't the one with like Sabrina the Teenage Witch in it, was it?
No, it's.
Oh yeah, no.
Are you thinking about Four Rooms?
Creepy guy.
No.
Oh, Four Rooms.
That's
a great show. This dude made this movie himself.
Oh, good for him.
And it's real bad. It's real bad.
People listening to this have no idea or care. So thank you for my magnet that was on my big metal door.
Oh yeah.
It's a big magnet.
It is a big
It's like
magnet.
a 4x6.
It's
on my stomach.
A 4x5.5 inch magnet.
Oh, okay. It's
your stomach is not metallic.
You don't have abs of steel.
Yep.
No.
See, it stays. If we were live streaming on video, everyone could see.
Oh, yeah, and we'll be live streaming again when we do this show. I've just got to figure my laptop situation out. So my laptop was getting repaired, and they sent an email saying the Thunderbolt port worked fine, and then I promptly unboxed it, plugged it in to my USB dongle thinger, and it did not work properly.
You have to be careful with those dongles.
Well, I agree. But the dongle works fine when it's plugged into any other USB port, just not my Thunderbolt.
That's so weird.
So it's
Computers,
very cool.
USB-C or
this
Thunderbolt 3.
This reason, this is the perfect example of why, when the PC Master Race people are like, "Oh, PCs are better." I'm like, "Yeah, PCs are great until this happens." You know what? I've never had a problem with on my Xbox, my Thunderbolt dongle.
On your Xbox?
Yeah, or my PlayStation or my Wii.
Oh yeah, no. I thought you meant I thought you were talking about your Mac.
No. I mean
that too. I've never had a problem with my Mac
either.
or any console ever.
Yeah,
this is the first problem I've ever had with a PC.
That's funny. I've owned one for about 2 weeks, and I've had at least 13 problems.
Yeah.
Sorry about it.
From installing a game and it saying you can't play this, and then I had to uninstall it and do it the exact same thing again, and it worked.
Operator error.
It's an ID10T error.
I don't think that's
it's a what?
ID10T error.
What's that?
Well, that's what sysadmins say. Oh yeah, it's an ID10T error. Spell that out.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome to the Bite Me Podcast, episode
40.
It's as old as I am.
That's a good guess.
It's a good guess?
Yeah, that's a good guess.
It's not in your show notes?
I wasn't actually looking at that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Podcast is as old as Adam.
Yep.
I mean, this Adam, not like
and
the
is
original.
wise.
The actual Adam.
Yeah, wiser, maybe.
No, the actual Adam West is dead.
Oh, I meant Adam as Adam and Eve.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, he, according to whatever book that was, he lived to be 900 and some years old or something, didn't he?
So we've only got 860 episodes left.
Roughly.
Or so.
That's a long time.
It's a really long time.
I don't think anyone else has ever lived that long.
Every once in a while, I hear a podcast that's gone. I'm like, we're on episode 457. I'm like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of time.
The Nerdist is episode 900 and something.
Yeah.
He's been doing that thing for 10 years.
Smodcast is the same way. Where it's
if we did this
super
5 days
long.
a week, this would be episode 200.
Dang, we should do it 5 days a week.
You're out of your mind.
I'm not.
My name is Adam West.
I'm Cliff Johnson.
And I'm the Dylan.
I like the Dylan. It's like the Todd from Scrubs or whatever.
It.
You don't. Never mind.
Are you calling me a scrub?
Pretty much. Welcome to this episode of the Bite Me Podcast, episode 40. We are going to talk about all kinds of ish, like we always do, and it's all mostly going to be about video games.
I like video
Actually,
games.
it's all going to be about video games.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Sometimes they break out.
Right. We're going to talk about Xbox at Gamescom, some other Gamescom announcements. There's a ton of stuff we're going to go over with that, including this game coming out for the Nintendo Switch, which I'm really, really excited about. I don't know how to pronounce it, though.
Fe?
Fe.
Where is it?
It's F-E. I don't know if it's Fe or Fe or Fa. I don't know.
I think there's more oomph on the F.
That makes sense.
It's the sound like an air blaster makes.
Okay. So Overwatch has got a couple of things happening. A reporting system is coming up with a new upcoming patch, and also a new map they're going to have for that. You can register for ID at Xbox if you happen to live in Seattle like we do.
Or if you're coming out for PAX.
Or if you're coming... Is it the same...
It's the day before?
Day before PAX.
Day before. Okay. I might go. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. Nobody can see.
Nobody can see it.
Horizon Zero Dawn is getting an even easier mode.
I love that.
I didn't know. Is it that hard of a game?
No, not really.
Has it got a big curve to it?
It's not. We'll get there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's no reason to talk about that now.
I mean, okay.
That's
the SNES
jumping the
Classic
shark.
pre-orders. So if you missed it, just about everybody and their brother did, except for the people who happened to be up at 1 a.m.
Insomniacs.
Yeah.
Gamers?
The SNES
No.
Classic pre-sale, pre-orders went on, sold out. And we're going to tell you why they pretty much deserve to be in Troll Corner, but we're not going to put them there, even though they should be there.
I want people to hear about it, so I don't know if people listen all the way to the end.
Yeah, I know, right? A few questions this week. I always got one from Vinny, Josh, Ed El Chalupa King.
El Chalupa King.
El Chalupa King. Annie and John Crawdad all have some questions for us, and we'll cover some cheap free games as well. So there's that.
Good
First,
stuff.
We start with what we're playing. Clifford?
Oh, Clifford.
I played some Rocket League this weekend.
Is your full first name Clifford?
It is.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But we played Rocket League this weekend with some Discord people again. That was a lot of fun. It's like the most low-key Rocket League I've ever
Adam
gonna
wasn't
play.
there, so I didn't play Demolition King.
Yeah, I don't know where.
I don't know.
When was that? Saturday morning?
Sunday morning.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. I didn't have my PC back anyway.
There you go.
That's why I've not been on
Yeah.
the Discord and stuff lately.
Yeah, but so that was tons of fun. It's always fun. We try and do that, once a month, once every couple of weeks. So come hang out with us Discord. You'll find out when those happen.
It's fun.
But then I started Titanfall 2 last night, and that game is hella fun. Like I missed it when it first came out because I'm not I don't play multiplayer games really, especially multiplayer shooters. I'm just not good, and I don't have any urge to get good.
Get good.
But when it hit EA Access, I could play it for free, and so I didn't have to pay $60 to play 6 hours worth of game.
And you can play that on your Xbox.
And I can play it on my Xbox, and
Nice.
it's really fun. It's got a like. The movement mechanics are really cool. Like I thought it was going to be cheesy, but you can like double jump and then like run off wall and then double jump across like a huge gourd and catch a wall on the other side and run across that. And
That sounds like fun.
Then you get into these huge mechs and you're doing all these cool like mech grappling, shooting. It's just fun. Like it's how Destiny feels like just like run and gun, you feel real cool and
Right.
you're like doing it. I mean, this is the kind of game where I'm like a bad guy shooting at me. I like do this super double jump and then come down on him and just like shoot him in the head as I land. And I mean, you feel way more powerful than you really are. And I'm playing it on like super stupid easy mode. Like I did the training thing. They're like, you should play on like this moderate difficulty because you've obviously played these games before. I'm like, nope. I want to feel like a Superman,
easy.
tough
Right.
guy. And it's real fun.
Because I've tried playing mech kind of games before, and nothing really ever felt.
Nothing like that. This is so fast. Like you're in it's really, 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 really fast.
What was that other mech game on Xbox? Was it Mech Assault?
There's all the Mech Warrior
too.
battle.
I don't think I've played Mech Warrior.
They
but
all
I played
just
Mech
felt
Assault a
too
little bit.
Yeah, and they all are. Those are like big tank,
Yeah.
things. And
It's
these
not like
are
you're piloting a giant robot.
Yeah, these are like kind of like more. What was that movie with
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. Very much that like it's just
Rock'em
big,
Sock'em Robots.
Yeah. It's real fun.
That was
So
real steel,
check that
though.
out. It's free if you got EA Access.
I
But
don't.
That's all I've been doing because
Xbox.
I played Let's Buy a Car game this weekend. It's the worst game.
It's a lot more expensive too
It's
than
a
all
lot
of your
more
video game
expensive.
hobbies.
Oh.
Even though you buy 600 games every month.
I don't know. Let me go see if I'm going to go talk to my sales manager again.
Yeah, we'll come
I hate that crap, that trick, well, okay, I don't know if they're going to go, but I'll give it a shot for you. You're a nice guy.
Dude literally came. I'm like, hey, so one of your competitors in a town like 5 miles from here is offering it for $2,000 less than you. Let me go talk to our sales manager. Comes like, he's like, would you be willing to meet us in the middle? I'm like, no, of course not. That would be dumb.
He actually said that?
Why would I meet you in the middle? Save myself like 15 minutes of driving? No.
It's weird because there's so much information out there. It's kind of like when
Right.
people found out wrestling was kind of fixed.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, we know you're not doing anything when you go to the back. Come on.
Right.
Come on, car salespeople.
You're just
Like-
going back and like,
Will you just sit there and tell me what I can actually buy the car for? I know you have rules, but like,
But come on.
I think that there's like, have you guys ever heard of Papers, Please? It's a video game that's based around like being a customs officer and who you like.
I was
let
just
through.
about to say illegal immigration. Okay.
but like in a third world Eastern Bloc country.
Okay.
And it's like who you let through and who you don't. It's supposed, I haven't played it, but I hear it's really good. I think there's probably like a really interesting like dumb video game you could make off used car sales.
yeah, that's super fun.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like some sort
think
of
we should
used
do
car
that.
sales manager game. I don't know.
That sounds
Anyway,
amazing.
someone else should talk. I bought a car. It's nice.
I didn't fill out what I was playing.
Did you
Do
play
you
anything?
remember though? What did I play for 200?
What did yeah. So I played some Splatoon 2.
Oh, I just got that in the mail.
I'm enjoying that.
I played some
quite a bit,
Splatoon 2.
too. There's a single player mode. which I think is great. I must have missed that when I was running around when I first started playing it, but I really like that because you have to save the Zapfish.
Yep.
Which are it's the most wackadoodle, like
it is.
weird Japanesey thing. It's weird, man. Like I thought the first Splatoon was kind of creepy and weird with these squid people things.
It was.
And it was. But it was fun. I got it, and it's cute and it's fun, but this is just like that white squid, weird looking squid thing is evidently some superstar pop star. And she's also secretly an agent for the Lord Zapfish, whatever, and you have to save the Zapfish from the end. It's just weird.
I'm very excited.
Did you fight the unicycle boss?
No, I took a screenshot of the toaster boss.
Yeah, that was weird. The unicycle one's real weird.
Is
Just
it?
wait. It gets weirder.
So no, Splatoon 2 has a single player and a multiplayer, right?
Yes.
And are you playing which?
I'm playing both.
Both, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't realize until Sunday at some point there was a single player mode. And I just started playing that, which is a lot of fun. But the multiplayer mode is super, super fun. It's got a bit of a learning curve. I turned off the motion controls. Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because that
doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it made me want to vomit. It was like...
Yeah. It's like if you just like move it, then you're looking at it. I don't want to just let me use the sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Like it would be... I think the motion controls would be better if it was actually controlling where your character kind of went, but it feels like it's moving everything around you and not your character.
Yeah, that's what I felt about motion controls in Zelda too. What's going? Oh, it took me a long time to figure out what was
if it was
wrong.
a Wii remote or something, maybe because the Wii remote was much better suited for kind of shooting games.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just play a shooter with my sticks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So I played that a lot. I haven't picked up or finished Hellblade just because I was so discouraged when my game froze.
Oh.
And I really want to finish it, but I'm just scared that I'm going to get stuck there again.
I think there are more than one game that I'm like that with. Where like Undertale, I never finished Undertale because I died and I hadn't saved in a while, and so I got sent back like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm like, I don't want to play that again. Yeah. And now it's been a year, and I don't even remember what I was doing. So like, do you pick that back up? I don't know.
I'm probably going to do it because I ended up getting this really like kick-ass soundbar yesterday at Best Buy that was on sale, and it's a Dolby Atmos like soundbar, and it's glorious.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to pump Hellblade through that just to hear what it's going to do.
Its soundtrack's so good, too. Yeah. I haven't played the game, but I've listened to the soundtrack.
I also played the game. Let's go through my Humble Bundle and see what I've not redeemed yet on Steam.
I do that about once every 6 months.
I have 3 pages of stuff I have not redeemed on Steam, including a copy of Overcooked for the PC. Didn't even know I had it, and I bought it for the Switch.
Oh, well.
It's dumb. But anyway.
It's perfect for the Switch, though.
It's totally perfect. And the game we're going to talk about later is going to be perfect for the Switch too. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we need to get together and play some Overcooked and play some Splatoon because I've got that now too.
Oh, Splatoon's so much fun. So did you buy it or did you rent it?
I rented it.
Oh, come on.
I don't think it's going to be a game that would... It's a game I can get really excited about for a month or two, but I don't think I'm going to play it long term, especially with Destiny coming out. Like, I think 3 weeks from now, every game I own is not going to be interesting anymore.
Oh, yeah, so. Like our What We're Playing segments.
It's just going to be, hey, Destiny 2, see you guys.
Destiny? Destiny.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yep.
I'll still talk about Overwatch.
There you go.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Loser.
Okay, what are you playing?
I could talk about Overwatch, but we all know how much I've done that. So I'm just going to talk about a different multiplayer shooter that I've been playing, and that is Rainbow Six Siege. Because my buddy wanted me to play it with him so bad that I finally did on the PC, and it's real fun. I'm real bad. Mouse and keyboard is hard, but I'm finally not a scrub. I actually surpassed my previous gameplay by like tenfold last night. I actually killed things and didn't die, so that was cool. It's real fun, though. I also recommend if this is something you're interested in, you've been interested in on PC, it's very tempting because they have this starter edition for $15.
Really?
But what it does is says you can have 4 of the operators, which are the different characters, and there's like 20 plus future seasons of characters. But what it does is makes the grind to unlock Renown, which is kind of their credit system, to unlock other characters much, much larger. Oh. So it's a smaller entry fee, but if you want to unlock characters, it's going to take you
a lot longer.
Like 20 times long. Like, it's absurd how much grindier it makes it. So don't do it. Just buy the full version. I've seen it go on sale plenty of times for half price.
That game's gone real cheap before.
Don't do that to yourself, because there's not an upgrade path for it either, which I thought was weird. You can pay the difference in the amount of game for, like, if the game's $15 and the full game is $50, let's say. I'm not quite sure exactly all the prices, but you could pay the $35 difference and unlock everything as if you basically bought the full version. But you're still kind of grandfathered into this weird grind, so I don't know if that will ever affect anything else. Yeah. So just, if you want all the characters, if that's something you care about, just buy the full game.
Yeah.
How old is this game?
Came out last year.
Last year.
Okay, and they literally made a separate version that just makes it grindier.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be your entry version. It is
the full version of the game.
Rainbow Six unfortunately launched with kind of like, I think I had some problems initially and had a hard time getting a base, and they've been working really, 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 really hard to, because it's kind of one of those games as a service games, and
because it's a team-based game.
They've been working really hard to pull people into it, and they've done a really good job. It's actually been very successful, and so I'm sure that was just part of their thing is people don't want to pay $60 to get it, but if we can get them to pay $15, then we can get them in.
Right.
So, and some people don't mind the grind either. Like,
I mean, and yes, if you know too that you're only going to play these couple characters, you can spend a couple dollars of your real money and only spend $25 on the game, let's say, and you could get the couple characters you want to play. But I'm someone that I want to play all the different characters. But the game's it is super fun, and yes, it's very much this games as a service thing. You start in, and they've had one full season, so now they've basically I think they're starting the second part of their second season. So I'm gonna guess 3 months, because they're quarterly seasons, they'll throw like 2 or 3 more operators at you.
Very cool.
There's constantly new characters that do new things. Because each character not only has a couple different weapons to choose from, whether that's a shotgun or an assault rifle or a battle rifle, but they also have some sort of special ability, whether that's a riot shield or thermite that can, cut through reinforced walls instead of just drywall. The environments are so destructible, so like you can look around the map, and if you see a drywall, like a wall of drywall, you can shoot through that, and
that's cool.
Like there's a guy Sledge who has a sledgehammer, so you can bust through those walls.
That's
but
crazy.
Sometimes those walls have metal studs in between them, so you can't actually walk through those walls, but you can see through them. So that can be on the floor, that can be on the ceiling. So there's always different ways to access the objective room that you're going in. So it's amazing when you're the defenders too. You hear all this sound coming from every direction, and you have to figure out through cameras and just using your ears. So it's a game you really need to play with headphones, preferably like surround sound headphones, because it's so much about sound. And the game also does a great job, is sound doesn't just come from what direction it is, but it will come from the hallway. So if sound's coming from your right side, it might be coming from the front, because that's actually where the door is. But you have to kind of figure out based on where the sound's coming from.
That's awesome.
It's pretty cool, and it's pretty intense.
Are your headphones? Do you have Bluetooth headphones, or are they wired?
They're wired.
Okay.
And yeah, I love it. So it's great.
Yeah, because I've been thinking I needed to get an actual pair of like surround sound headphones for my computer.
Yeah.
Because all I've got are my studio headphones, which are just straight up stereo.
Yeah, it's not quite.
Yeah. It's not the same. It's not that good.
Yeah, and I love having that sound. It does so much for those kind of games where you're
for sure.
You're so reliant on hearing things and which direction they're coming from. So that's fun.
Sweet.
That's way cool.
Well, cool. Well, there's what we're playing. So, yeah. If you have any suggestions, by the way, of games that we should be playing, let us know, because we always pick what we want to play, and I'm sure you like hearing about it. But if you have suggestions what we should play, drop us a line on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And also, while you're at it, make sure you like us and subscribe to us on all the platforms, on the iTunes and Googles and Stitchers and whatever, because that helps us get out there. Yeah. Anyway, up next,
news.
Yes. I had to turn my microphone off and cough and clear my throat before I said something else.
Let me clear my throat.
Thank you. Master P? Was that who did that?
News?
DJ? I can't remember. No. The song Let Me Clear My Throat from back in the day.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think you're right.
Something like that. Anyway, let's kick things off in the news segment with Xbox at Gamescom.
Yeah.
I just clicked on a base camp from somebody else. So let's talk about this. Go. You do your thing.
Gamescom.
Take it away.
Yes. It's a huge gaming
con?
Yeah, like E3, but it's in Germany. and it's massive and it lasts for a week.
Oh wait, it's in Germany?
It's in Germany,
Oh,
yeah.
for some reason I thought this was here.
Cologne, I believe.
It smells good there, I've heard.
It smells great. It's apparently a beautiful, like, old city that's full of gorgeous architecture and amazing things. Not a ton of announcements there. It tends to be usually not very hardware-centric at all. And, like, PlayStation and Nintendo aren't even really doing big announces. Like, Nintendo's going to show some Super Mario Odyssey gameplay and some of that stuff. But Xbox actually did a 90-minute conference on Sunday, and which they announced that the Xbox One X pre-orders are live. So that happened, and I immediately ordered 2 of them.
Oh, God.
I'm going to cancel one.
Why?
So they announced one thing that didn't really kind of leak until right before the announcement is that day one buyers are actually going to get a Project Scorpio special edition, which I really like because I really like the Project Scorpio name. And so the one that I pre-ordered will actually have like some Project Scorpio badging and that kind of thing. And when I bought it, like Amazon hadn't updated their stuff to say that they were all Project Scorpio. So the first one I bought just said it was a regular Xbox, and I wanted the Project Scorpio, so I ordered a second one. And then the first one updated, so I just need to cancel one of them. But so that's there. I'm not sure if you can actually still pre-order those or not, especially by the time this airs.
Right.
But you still can pre-order your Xbox One X if you want one. I don't know if it's like a necessity necessarily. I can't imagine that they're going to sell out of $500 consoles, but who knows?
Right.
If you really, 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 really want one and you want one November 7th, then you should probably pre-order. So that happened. Xbox also announced that there's going to be over 100 games that will be Xbox One X enhanced. So that's either with 4K visuals or 60 frames a second, or a choice between the two, just like PlayStation did when they launched the PlayStation Pro. You're going to get a bunch of games that come out. I was making the weirdest face, and I just don't know what that means.
Well, because I was like, I wonder if there's the Project Scorpio still available, and I just logged on to Target's website, and I've got one sitting in my cart right now.
Yeah, I assume that they will be. You should do it. Pull the trigger. Do it.
Get after it.
Do it. They also announced that Sea of Thieves will officially have PC Xbox crossplay, which everyone had kind of assumed, but they actually confirmed that. And actually this week, too, if you're in the preview program for Sea of Thieves, you can play it all the time from now until I think the 27th, which usually it like opens up for 2 hours. So it's pretty cool that they're letting a bunch of people in, and they've allowed like another 30,000 people into that program. So if you're not in it, like, I don't know how, but they've also said that before that game goes live, every single person who signs up to be in the beta will get a chance to play it. So if you want to play Sea of Thieves and you haven't signed up to be in the beta, do that. It's a lot of, I don't know if I can actually say it's fun or not. There's like a big,
it might be okay.
There's an embargo. I play it. I've played it before and I enjoyed myself. So pirates. So there'll be that. PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds was confirmed to be a Xbox, probably not console exclusive. I think it's still going to come to the PS4, but they don't know when. So it's actually being published by Xbox now.
Now, do you think that this could be the game that makes crossplay a thing?
No.
You don't think so? I mean, it's such a massive thing.
Maybe.
Well, there's going to be enough players on every
that's the thing.
I mean, the reality of it is like I was happy to see that Xbox got this, just because like sometimes it seems like they might need something, but I'm still super anti-exclusive, so it's dumb that PS4 players aren't going to be able to play this at the same time that Xbox people are. But it looks cool. They're doing all sorts of new things with Battlegrounds. It's also going to be Xbox One X enhanced, so it's going to be sharper, better, faster, stronger. Yeah, we have the technology.
Warmer, louder.
Anyway. Jurassic World Evolution was shown for the first time. It's
is that the park builder looking one?
Yeah,
it looked really fun.
It looks really fun.
It's to play this.
Yeah, it's by the people that did Planet Coaster and Zoo Tycoon. If you've played either of those, and it literally just lets you be the evil mastermind, I guess, behind a.
I had good intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So does everyone who makes a Jurassic Park. So
right.
But I can't. I guess the question is like what I really want to know is can you win this game, or does it always end?
How
horribly?
does it end? Yeah.
Every single game ends with them nuking an island full of dinosaurs.
It's fun.
But so that looked really, really exciting. They also I don't actually have it written down, but they showed off a cool game where you colonize Mars that looked kind of similar, that looked really fun. Surviving Mars, I want to think it was called, also looked cool. They also announced, and this is like something I'm super duper excited about, and it's really dumb, but on the Xbox 360 there were 3 games: Disneyland Adventures, Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure, and Zoo Tycoon. And all those were Xbox 360 games, and all 3 of those are getting remastered for the Xbox One with 4K visuals. And Disneyland Adventures was absolutely amazing. Like, it literally let you walk into Disneyland, and it was like being in an awesome cartoony version of being there. It was so detailed. It was absolutely incredible.
Oh yeah, you talked about that.
Loved it. It was a Kinect game that was kind of terrible because of the Kinect, but this one is Kinect optional. It's $30. All 3 of those are going to be $30 a piece, and I'm super, super excited. They're coming out later this year. Also, they announced a really cool special edition Microsoft Xbox One S that's Minecraft themed. It's probably the most custom special edition hardware I've ever seen. Like, usually they're just fancy
really
paint
cool
jobs. This one is, the top of it looks like dirt and grass does in Minecraft, that real blocky stuff. But then the bottom's actually clear, so you can see the inside of the Xbox. But then it's got redstone across the bottom of the Xbox that lights up when you turn on the console. If you don't play Minecraft, redstone's what you use essentially to funnel electricity or power between different powered things. So that's really cool. It's going to come with a Minecraft controller that's got that kind of blocky grass texture, and then there's also a pig controller that's pink. It has a tail on the back. It's real cool. So
I want that.
And my kid wants one so bad. He's like, "Dad, can we buy it?" I'm like, "We already have one Xbox One X, and I'm buying another one. Like, we don't need 4."
Yeah.
It's $400 too, so it's a little spendy.
$400 for the One S.
Yeah.
And $500 for the One X.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, because
just-
it's the special fancy one. It's expensive,
True.
but whatever. A couple of other just little games kind of announces. Like I said, there's stuff going on all week, but the things that are very noteworthy. I mean, tons of new trailers, all that kind of stuff being announced. But Shenmue 3, which I have not played. Have you guys played that?
It's a fighting game.
No,
kind of.
It's like
a samurai game or something. Isn't
yeah,
it?
it is. But it's like it's an RPG. I think it's actually made by BioWare, or the original couple were. Because
I remember wanting to play it, or I think I played it on the PS2.
I don't think so. I think it was, maybe. I thought it was Xbox exclusive, but maybe not. I just know that people are super, super hyped about it, and it was like a game that got kickstarted, and people have been talking about it forever. So, but it's gotten kind of this like, it's being done, and then like radio silence. So they actually have a new trailer that came out that you can go check out, and a confirmation that this thing is actually happening, because it's kind of shrouded in mystery almost. Also, Final Fantasy 15 is coming to PC.
And carry on.
And will support mods, which would be cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. To run it, the recommended video card for it, though, is a NVIDIA 1080 Ti, which is about $750. So maybe just buy a PlayStation Pro instead.
Right. Shenmue 2 was released on the Dreamcast.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, I remember it from like that era. I didn't have an Xbox. I didn't have a Dreamcast, but anyway.
Yeah,
sure.
people love it. So anyway, Final Fantasy 15, like, people are really excited about it. There's not been a lot of Final Fantasy games that come to PC. So it's pretty cool. But my God, you're going to need a rig to run that. So
seriously.
Yeah.
Now, just completely random, did you see the news also today that Final Fantasy 15 is coming to your phone?
I did, but I didn't.
What are the small squatty characters called? Chiba?
Chocobo? Chocobo.
No, the style. Chibo or something?
I don't know. Yeah.
That's the super polygon
how will you play
short
it?
squat. I don't know.
I'm
but I
intrigued.
just saw it in the group that I'm in, and somebody was like, "It's coming to your phone." I'm all, yeah.
I really want to play it. I really want to play 15. I still haven't gotten
that.
around to it, but
I've got it.
Yeah, someday.
If you want to borrow it,
Yeah, maybe I will.
Kevin doesn't play it.
Yeah,
We can
give it a go.
just do our own real life. We can like live action broad trip. Like,
Road trip.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
Nice.
Destiny 2 is confirmed at Gamescom. Will feature HDR on PC if you're one of the 3 people that either have a HDR monitor or if you plug your computer into your 4K TV. So that's pretty cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. which would be nice. I believe it also does on the One X and One S and the PlayStation Pro, but I'm not 100% sure. It would make sense that it did. But not a lot of PC games get HDR support just because the hardware support isn't there. Like, there are very, very, very few HDR monitors.
HDR monitors. Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah.
But HDR is not that hard for it to process.
No, it's just there's just not a lot of support for it. So I think, although I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there is some extra oomph that has to happen. Like, I mean, that's the reason only the high-end consoles can do it. So, and then, so Adam's super excited about Fe, which I looked up, and Fe is actually the atomic symbol for iron. So
really?
I don't know if those two are tied at all, but maybe.
I don't know. Did you watch the trailer?
I watched the trailer, and I still don't know how to pronounce it. So, but it looks really, really cool.
Yeah, like, so to me, when I watch the trailer, it's like, this is almost, it reminds me of Ori, like in a 3D
Yep, I agree.
like space.
Yep.
So I'm super excited about it.
And coming to the Switch, which
it's coming to all the consoles, but the fact that it's coming to the Switch in particular,
great. And it's an EA game coming to Switch, which there have not been a lot to.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited about
exciting.
that just because a game like that, being able to carry that with you,
right?
Like,
be awesome.
That's the kind of game. Yeah, I'm real excited.
Yep, me too.
Yeah. What is The Sims still a thing?
The Sims is still a thing. Like,
interesting.
I thought about The Sims the other day.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's still a thing?
Yeah, I've always enjoyed The Sims too. It's one of those games that I love to just get into and then like turn on all the cheat codes and not worry about anything. So I just like to build cool houses and my brother liked to build things in The Sims and then just torture people. Like
burn it down, take out the doors,
take out all the take out all the ladders. Put people in a house full of flammable things and watch people die. Yeah. So that was fun, but it's if that's not your jam, there's a new cat and dog expansion coming November 10th, so you can
build a doghouse.
Yeah, so you can get cute pets for your people that you're lighting on fire and drowning in the pool.
I don't want to see any pets on fire.
No, I very much hope that I
hope the animals are immune from all
fire,
bad care from their owners.
My wife and I played The Sims one time, probably The Sims 2 years and years and years ago, and I still talk about it to this day because we were playing and I think we were just playing it single player. It wasn't multiplayer at all. But we'd created ourselves and we were living in happily. I don't want to say wedded bliss because we when you first have two characters in the house, like the other one's like they don't know why this other person's there. So like every time I get into bed, she'd like scream and run out of the house. But I'm like, my sim really needs to go to the bathroom. She's like, no, he'll be fine. I'm like, no, I really think he does. We're going shopping, and she took me to a store, and I promptly wet myself in the store and was super embarrassed and died of that. And then she took me home.
Died of embarrassment.
Died of embarrassment, and or I don't know, like my bladder exploded or something. It was probably horrible. But I just remember that there was a little an urn in the living room, and she'd come in every time the urn was there, like her character would cry and be all sad, and then she'd go over and play with our pet hamster, and she was super happy. Anyway,
that's nuts.
It was crazy.
I've not played a Sims game. I don't think I've played a Sims game since.
Yeah, I've played 3 a little bit.
I was in
3.
middle school probably.
Yeah,
I own 3 because my kid really likes it, but that's about it.
Because Sims came out mid-90s,
years ago, yeah,
if not early 90s. It's been around for a minute. Anyway,
long time.
Well, cool. Well, there's all your Gamescom ish.
Yeah, Overwatch, and now we turn to Dylan.
Yeah, the Overwatch has a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. First, we'll get the nasty part out of the way, which is actually a good nasty.
Yeah.
Overwatch is going to finally have a reporting system for console.
They've had it for the PC for a while.
Yeah.
And is that just to report abusive players and dicks and all that crap?
Which I think is about 80% of their user base.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Which actually I have not had any poor experience on this game with people really, other than occasionally someone will send a message to your inbox when you're playing quick play and trying to learn a new hero, and they'll be like, you're bad, and I'm like, well, you're an idiot. So.
Which tells me that if he hasn't had experience with bad people, he probably is one of the bad people. Isn't that how it works?
That's okay.
No, I definitely am not that. I actually have a really positive Overwatch story. We got into the team chat and we found we had a full team of 6 guys that were all communicating, and we just kept winning because we were all just getting along. No one got heated. We would lose a round and be like, oh, that stinks. But why are you smiling?
We have to break into this this discussion of Overwatch for
This breaking news?
important news. Can you make a breaking news thing?
Breaking news!
I was really hoping for more of like a beep 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 kind of thing.
This
Adam,
is
are you on
breaking
Slack?
news.
Are you on
breaking
Slack right now?
news now.
He's not, he's on.
Please
Are you on
tune in for
are you-
this breaking Adam.
Dylan,
Adam.
are you on your
Adam,
Slack
breaking
right now?
news.
Are you on
No,
Slack
I'm
right
not.
now? Can you be in Slack?
Just break the news, Adam.
I just bought an Xbox One X Scorpio edition.
Yay!
You interrupted me for that.
I did
It's
because
very
now that
important.
because now do you know how important
Beep,
I feel
boop, deep,
right
boop,
now? How
beep.
special I feel. I'm going to get to play all these games with all these people in our Discord now that I was never able to play with before.
It's very exciting.
And Kevin's going to kill me.
But how are you supposed to play games with all these people in Discord that are so nice to you when you're dead?
Exactly. I just spent a lot of money on a new TV and sound system last night.
Wait, you got a new TV too?
Because if I did the TV thing, then you got a discount on the sound thing, and we needed a new TV for upstairs.
Oh, I'm like, don't you already have a 70-inch TV downstairs?
75-inch.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on.
Size
That's
matters.
5
I
inches.
apologize.
Trust me.
In
I can't
TV,
say
that's
that.
big.
But yeah, so we had a compromise. I know we just totally interrupted this, but we had a compromise. Kevin wanted a TV mounted upstairs, and he's got an old 3D LCD
Yeah.
TV, which is fine, but it's thick and gross and plasticky.
I get it.
And I said, if I can buy a new one, you can put it up on the wall upstairs. And we said, good. So anyway, back to Overwatch. I am so sorry. I own an Xbox.
That makes me real happy.
Thank you.
I'm kind of excited for you.
Yeah.
Mostly because I don't have to play with your stupid PS4 controller.
Well, except for Destiny. We're still screwed there, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not buying Destiny twice.
Yeah, no. And I'm not going to play Destiny without all the fun stuff either.
right.
Anyway, Overwatch is getting a reporting system, which I think I'm not so much worried about like the toxicity of players because honestly, I don't encounter that a lot.
Literally, you're the only person on the planet that
it's
doesn't.
like I hate when people leave the game or just kind of like troll.
I agree.
Like if you're gonna play the game and not like, why do you like enter a match just to leave it?
Yeah.
Like why? I don't understand how people can waste their time doing that. It blows my mind. So if we can get rid of those players, then I'm happy.
I guess the thing is, I just understand people that go into a game and they're like, "Oh, I don't know. I guess we're losing. I guess I'm going to leave." I'm like,
Yeah.
A match in Overwatch, like a long match, lasts maybe 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
A long
some
match?
competitive match. Like if you're like,
But, like,
if you go the distance and go 1-1 and you play game 3 all the way to the end, yeah, you could spend up to 30 minutes probably playing a
but
game.
like especially quick play though. Like
Yeah,
quick play, 15. I mean, like I'm bad. My games never last 15 minutes. Like. What are the odds you're going to get out of that one and then get into one that you're like, oh no, this is the one I actually wanted to play in, you know?
I don't
like,
understand.
Or you just spend all day quitting games,
yeah.
That's just stupid.
right?
But yeah, so that will be nice because I'm sure that does help.
Yeah.
Like it takes a while, I think, for enough reporting to happen of the same people that are, I mean, making that experience less for people. But it is a problem. And it helps alleviate the challenge of knowing because you do get banned if you keep leaving games in competitive, but there's people that disconnect and there's people that leave, and there's no way for them to know the difference. So this helps actually point the finger at people that, I mean, were actually participating and then chose to leave because of whatever reason.
Yep.
So that's nice.
That's really cool.
Looking forward to that. Hopefully it does help, and it can start taking effect. New map, Junkertown. They put out a cool little short film, and then there's also a little like walkthrough of the map. If you go to the Play Overwatch YouTube channel, I think they have some videos up there.
Yeah, it looks great.
It's super cool. It's like the Australian outback, kind of like ghost town, Junkerville.
Yeah, apparently home of Junkrat
and Roadhog, which I find kind of funny that they're like the comedic duo of the characters. Like they're like these rugged, like Mad Maxian apocalypse characters, and they're like the quirky, funny, like buddy guys.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
So since I am now an Xbox owner, you play Overwatch on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they roll out these updates, these are like platform, like they're not platform exclusive.
No, they
they're
go to
everywhere.
everything.
Everybody gets
Yeah.
to do all the things.
For sure. They
Okay.
usually go to like the test
PC
server
first.
for a while.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
PC's always been good at having
have a new thing
all
to
the
learn,
test servers, but
Yeah, PC usually is first just because there's no review process, and there is a review process on both consoles. So
so you get, I mean, constant updates, but it's kind of a cool map too because the payload, it's an escort map, so you will be escorting a payload, but I'm pretty sure the payload is a big payload full of gold.
Nice.
So like they robbed all these doubloons,
Love
and
it.
they're escorting the gold out of the wherever the safe that they stole it from. So I think that's really cool. It kind of fits the theme.
That's
Because if you
awesome.
watch there's a little like a little short film kind of. That kind of is a tease for the map, but it's Roadhog and Junkrat kind of coming up with this plan to steal the gold and explode their way out.
God, I love that.
So it's funny.
That's awesome.
So that's fun. As well as the new map, they're also doing some character changes to Junkrat as well as Diva. So Junkrat is a character that I think has kind of been victim and champion of nerfs and buffs over the past but I think they're figuring out a way, because you make a character do more damage and you find they become overpowered, and then you make them do less damage and you find out that they don't do enough, so no one plays them. So you're caught in the middle, but they're trying something different by giving him extra mines, because he can throw out these remote mines that he can trigger and so on. So instead of just being able to throw out one, he can have two. Was it two or three?
He can have two, yeah.
Two. So
the theory being, too, that you can either use 2 for damage or 1 for damage and 1 for movement. So you run into a firefight, drop a grenade, and then use your second grenade to rocket boost yourself, or grenade yourself out. Yeah.
Because you can blow yourself up with a grenade. And
You can rocket
yourself
or
up.
you can grenade jump off of it.
yeah.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah,
he
okay.
uses it's his mobility. So a lot of characters will have some sort of mobility ability, and he's able to launch himself with his mines. So that's pretty neat, and I think that's a good way to.
Yeah, they're mines, not grenades, are they? Yeah, I forget.
So I think that's a good way to have him be able to do a little bit more without just making him do more damage. Because being a character that can spam, area of effect damage, making him do too much damage is quickly a problem. Because I mean, if you get the high ground, you can demolish things pretty.
He's a fun guy to play
so
as.
It's fun. But he's also been a character that hasn't seen a lot of play because apparently
he's kind of outside the current meta.
A little underpowered. And he doesn't have too much of a mobility. He doesn't have too much mobility, and he's pretty squishy. So
he only has 1 leg. I mean,
See, I don't know. The only character in this game that I know is the Orisa? Yeah, because I watched the reveal. That's the only one I've seen.
The reveal for like the second character they added to the game after
she's
launch.
the horse lady, right?
Yeah, the centaur.
I like her.
Is that the Indian one?
No.
I thought that was the one that I was.
No,
that was.
No, I don't remember now.
I thought that was.
No, she's like she's
a big
mechanical centaur thing.
Oh, it's a centaur?
Yeah. Oh, but she and now that you say though, she was made by like her maker was
Yes.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yep.
But on the flip side of Junkrat, Diva, who is one of the tank characters who has a front shield that she can expend energy to block incoming damage, they're going to change her a little bit. She really just has this one weapon that has unlimited shots, and the damage falls off pretty quick. So she's someone that can fly in and kind of soak up a lot of damage and block damage for her team and tank that damage and then put out damage at close range.
Yep.
But it sounds like they are going to allow her to shoot while flying.
Oh, wow.
As well as she will have some sort of missile attack, which I think is actually very smart. I think she needed some other ability, whether it's being able to shoot 2 missiles every couple of seconds or whatever that is, but she needed to have something that she can actually poke at longer range. So I think that's smart.
That was one other thing they're going to add to Junkrat too, is his tire ult will be able to climb walls, or it can climb walls now, but it'll be able to climb walls higher now, I believe.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting.
So,
the theory being, I think, that you can kind of like rain that down on a position from somewhere you may not even be able to. I mean, you can see because the tire gives you like a, I don't know, tire cam, I guess.
Tire cam, yeah.
But you'll be able to put that probably higher and beyond areas where you can immediately see. So that's kind of an interesting, like, death from above. Throw an exploding tire at you attack. So.
That ability is already very powerful.
Yeah,
so
very
that
powerful.
Could be. We'll see.
I've seen so many amazing plays in the game with the tire.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Sweet.
But Diva's going to get this new cool kit, but at the expense of maybe being able to use her shield a little bit less.
Oh, sure.
So she might be able to. So I'm curious to see how that works, because she was one of the tankier characters that is able to kind of block a bunch of damage for her team without being one of the shield characters like Reinhardt or Orisa.
I'm going to ask a dumb question. Who's the character that's got the big, like, almost like see-through kind of electrical shield force
Reinhardt.
field? Is that Reinhardt? Okay, because I see like
the
that
hammer.
I don't know. It's just a big square orange shield.
Yeah.
Probably Reinhardt.
I think that's Reinhardt.
Reinhardt's the one that actually walks around with a shield. Orisa can plant a shield, and Winston has a bubble shield. So there's, there's three shields.
There's all sorts of shields.
Three
I'm
shield
saying
characters.
Reinhardt.
But I think that's kind of our
that's Overwatch update
potential
for this week.
Overwatch updates.
It's crazy how often we talk about Overwatch, even outside of you playing it. Like that game gets updated so often.
Yeah.
It's great. I love games like that. Yeah,
I love it.
Right?
Just got a copy for the PC too, so I can play with all my friends now.
It's the big blue shield that he walks around with.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was orange. Weird.
I think it depends if you're on attack or defense.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Sense.
Well, cool. There's your Overwatch update.
ID at Xbox.
ID at Xbox. It was just a lot of letters.
The reality, though, is ID at Xbox is the most ridiculous name for anything. It doesn't say what it is.
It doesn't describe. I'm like, ID at Xbox. You show up and you present your ID and you get an Xbox.
ID at
if I had to guess, ID actually stands for like indie developer. Like I don't know that for certain.
That would make sense.
But ID at Xbox is the branch of Xbox that publishes essentially all of the indie games on the Xbox platform. Which I think they said at Gamescom they've published 600.
Holy crap!
So like, and the thing is, it's games that you know too. Like Inside is an ID at Xbox game. Pretty much anything that isn't published by EA or Activision or one of those huge publishers is an
PUBG is going to be
an ID at Xbox game. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cuphead.
Cuphead is.
Cuphead. I looked at a trailer for that. That game looks so cool.
Yeah,
I want to play it really bad.
I do too, but I'm really, really, really like cautiously optimistic about it because I played it last year at ID at Xbox that we're going to talk about, and it was okay. It's a boss rush game that they kind of like bolted on a platformer, so they've had enough time to polish it. So I hope it's good and it's gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
It looks so amazing.
But like I'm really, really, really like cautiously optimistic about Cuphead. We'll see. So anyway, ID at Xbox throws a huge I'm not going to say nerd party. The night before PAX. So PAX starts on Friday. So this will be Thursday night. I believe it's the 31st of August, if I am right. Yeah. So August 31st. You can register. It's absolutely free. And from, I'm going to say 5:30 until 9. You can go to the Xbox headquarters that's in 5 to 9. You can go to the Xbox headquarters that's in Redmond, Washington. So it's just north of us from here. It's like maybe 15 minutes from where we're recording right now.
Yeah.
And literally it's just these two huge, massive conference rooms full of ID at Xbox games. And you just get in line and play them. It's kind of like what you do at PAX, but with far less like pomp and circumstance. Like it's literally just get in line, shake hands with the developer, talk a little bit about this cool game they're making, and then demo it. And it's really, really, really fun. It's absolutely free, but you do have to pre-register. So you have to go online and say, hey, I'm coming. But there's no charge. You know, there'll be some, I don't know, Xbox famous people there. Like I saw Major Nelson there last year, which was pretty cool. I think that the Microsoft like store is open too. Like they've got a store where you can buy merch and that kind of stuff.
Oh, cool.
There's giveaways. I won a skateboard deck last year that says ID at Xbox. It didn't come with trucks or wheels, so I just have a skateboard deck.
So you've got a slab of wood.
It's green.
Okay.
Well, except it's kind of curved because it's a skateboard deck. I'm going to make it into a shelf or something. I don't know. But, I mean, they give away a bunch of systems and a bunch of games and a bunch of stuff, and, like, you get a cool lanyard, and all the developers have little pins and stuff. It's really a fun event. So if you live in Seattle, or, I mean, if you live anywhere around Seattle, it's worth driving for. Or if you're coming in for PAX and are just going to arrive, you know, the night before, it's a great place to go. Parking's free, as I recall, so it's like a night where you get to play. I don't know how many games they've got, but I mean, it's
just
a
on
big
this
list.
Now, yeah. This, I mean, it looks like there's at least 30 games.
But it's
right
one of those
here.
things that if you've been paying attention to the show for the last however many episodes, 40 episodes, all the time I'll say like, oh yeah, I played that the first time at ID at Xbox last year. And that's because there are so many cool games that you can try.
That's cool.
Yeah, give it a try.
Now, are there any games on this list that we can look at that you're looking forward to in particular?
Well, PUBG on the Xbox.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. But we all know what PUBG is. We've all played it,
Yep.
so we know how that works.
Yep.
But is there any game?
I'm super
on
excited about trying Cuphead again, just because I'd like to see where it's gone to, and it won't release for like another month after this. Ooblets is a game that I'm super excited about. It's like kind of an Animal Crossing Pokemon kind of thing. Ark Survival Involved is cool, whatever. before. Hello Neighbor is a tiny build game that's like you trying to sneak into your neighbor's house. Like it looks really interesting.
They make good games.
They make really.
So I'm
Tiny
excited.
Build are the people that published like Speedrunners and
That was
Cluster Truck.
and,
They do.
cool.
Mr.
Yeah, Tiny Build
Shifty.
local too. Yeah, they're in Seattle somewhere, I think. Path of Exile looks really cool.
Mutant Football League, isn't that? Wasn't there a Mutant Football League game like on the Nintendo
think
or
so,
Super
yeah.
Nintendo back in the day,
Yeah.
or Genesis? It was. I think it might have been on the Genesis.
Yeah, I think you're right. But I mean, the cool thing about this is that you go in and you're like, I've never heard of this game, but like, oh my God, that is so much fun. And then 6 months from now, you're like, oh, I totally remember when I played that game. And now it's getting all sorts of press and hype. And like,
Right.
you get to be the guy who like, oh yeah, no, I already played that game. It's a lot of fun. So,
Nice.
and then you get to go to do the same thing for 4 days at PAX. So
Cool. Yeah, you should. If you're heading to Seattle for PAX, you're in the area, check it out. ID at Xbox. That's happening on the 31st.
yes,
Cool.
do it.
Do that. All right, that's that for news. No, it's not. We still got a couple more news things. Horizon Zero Dawn. I've not played it yet, but is it difficult?
It's not crazy hard. Like
Okay.
I'm going to say I've put like 10 or 15 hours into it, and I've probably died once or twice. It's not hard, but it's challenging. It's one of those games that you really have to play within kind of the systems. Like you'll get a bunch of different types of bows, and so fighting the bigger dinosaurs is a lot of times like hitting the dinosaur and tying it down, and then going around and hitting the dinosaur again with like anchors, and then tying it down, and then doing and so it can be really complicated. And
Almost
as you
cumbersome in a way.
cumbersome, and as you get further and further into the game, it becomes more and more and more so. Like
Right.
the dinosaurs get bigger, they get angrier, they get meaner. And if what you really, and I have not played the easy mode yet, I don't even think it's actually been released yet, but what I'm hoping it does is Horizon Zero Dawn's got an amazing story that like deserves to be played. Right. And so what I really hope this does is lets me just go in and like breeze through 30 hours of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Right. Well, and what this is that we're talking about, because I haven't actually said what this is yet.
Oh.
That's the thing.
Easy mode
Yeah,
patch.
so Horizon Zero Dawn, if you've played it, if it's a challenge to you and you really just want to go in and enjoy the story, which I hear the story is incredible.
really good.
It's getting an even easier mode
Yeah.
in their story mode. So is there an easy mode currently? And this
Yeah.
is like hella easy mode?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's actually what they're going to call it too. Hella easy mode.
Oh, sweet.
But
my
yeah, no,
nickname in high
it's-
school.
I don't know. I'm the more I get into, especially these big like 25, 35, 45 hour games. I don't want to die a lot. I just want to go through and experience it, and hopefully instead of being a 40-hour game, like maybe now it's a 30-hour game.
Right.
And
But then do you feel like you're getting less for your money?
not even remotely.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
I mean,
like if
I'm-
the story's good enough.
Remember, I'm the dude
yeah.
who's playing The Witcher 3 with cheat codes on. So, like, I'm playing the game with God mode.
Yeah, but when you've still got like 572 hours in God
Right.
mode, like you're getting your money's worth.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm playing. Like I said, I'm playing Titanfall 2 the same way, and mostly just makes you feel like a complete badass fighting stormtroopers because no one can shoot. So definitely think it's something that I wish all games had.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I mean, like The Last of Us, I would have beaten it by now probably.
Oh, you still haven't finished that?
No,
Oh,
and
you
I'm
probably
playing it
won't.
on easy. I need
Oh,
an
it's so
easier.
good. It's good.
Yeah.
And then to wrap up news, the SNES Classic pre-orders, they went live.
I hate these people.
With no warning whatsoever.
Yeah.
At like, what, our time, like 1 a.m.?
So it went live on Walmart, I want to say. No. It went
Best
live.
Buy or Target?
Best Buy. I'm sorry. It went live at Best Buy at 1:30 a.m. Eastern time. Like I saw it and tried to get in and just didn't get in fast enough. And then it went at 5 a.m. Eastern time for Amazon.
Yeah, which nobody...
No one.
like, it sucked for just about anybody, like, mountain time
Yeah.
zone over.
But the best part, it sucked for everyone, I mean, the thing is like 1:30 a.m. is not great Eastern time either.
Well, yeah.
But I think the kind of crappy thing about it is literally they put up a page saying, hey, there'll be pre-orders available after both those pre-orders went live, But then today, pre-orders went live on Target, I want to say. And I mean, I saw it and 20 seconds later was trying to get it and it was sold out.
Yeah.
And then they went live at GameStop too, but you had to go into a store at GameStop to do it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they only had 10 per store.
What?
And like
Oh,
the
it's
big
dumb.
reports are that people are like, I'm in the store and it's so busy. GameStop's website just went down. And they're like, I'm in a store trying to get one and there's so much congestion that we can't even get pre-orders to go live in the store. So, whatever. And of course, ThinkGeek is selling $250 SNES bundles already. Like, you can pre-order a $250 SNES Classic bundle.
Are you serious?
With a bunch of other garbage from ThinkGeek. So,
AKA GameStop.
Whatever.
I want to punch him in the throat.
I retweeted an article from Waypoint today that's just like, just don't buy SNES. Like, if Nintendo if they can't coordinate this, like, just don't buy one. Like, there's other ways to do it. And if Nintendo's going to do this so badly, like, how can they complain about people emulating,
Do you think that Nintendo did this? Nintendo did this on purpose? Do you think the retailers were like, well, we're not sure what we're going to do with this?
The reality is generally speaking, the person that's pushing out the stuff sets the street date and the street time. So either Amazon and Best Buy broke their street date, which should have repercussions.
Oh, yeah.
Or, it was just, whatever. I don't know. I guess the thing is like when I bought PAX tickets, right? The way PAX ticket works is
lottery based, isn't it?
It's a lottery. And so what they do is they don't necessarily tell you when it's going to happen, but they say, hey, sometime in the next 7 days, we're going to send out a tweet that PAX tickets are live. And then what you do is you hit a URL and you get in a queue. And they let people queue for like 15 or 20 minutes, and then they start pushing people randomly through the queue. And so that way, it's not the first person that gets there and buys 50 tickets to scalp. It's, a random person and a random person. You put things in your cart and you buy them. And I just don't see why that's so hard.
Right.
Limit it to one and, say, okay, guys, pre-sales are going to go live Monday at 1 o'clock Eastern. Let everyone be awake and do a lottery system. It's not, the technology exists. So why are we pushing pre-sales live at 2 a.m. Pacific time?
That's
like,
ridiculous.
it's just dumb. So, you know what, Nintendo? Bleh. On the flip side, I did hear that all the games are going to have a cool rewind functionality.
I know. That's
so
really cool.
I really want that too.
You could
but
just rewind.
Blah.
But I'm not going to wake up at 1 a.m. for it.
I just don't know. The thing is I think they're really cool, but I'm just not sure. I don't know. This whole thing's kind of soured me on it, and it's $80 for 20 games that I already have on my Raspberry Pi.
I was going to say, not that we endorse the emulator scene.
But I own one, so...
Yeah, but we can't... I guess we can say they're awesome. They're awesome.
They're really awesome. I'm not saying they're legal. I'm just saying they're awesome.
Oh, anyway, thanks, Nintendo and all you other people.
Golly, we got questions.
Yes, we do. We got the questions.
Golly gee.
Our first question is from...
Hey, yo, Vinny.
As it is.
Vinny sounds angry.
Vinny is angry.
He's mad about the SNES stuff.
Yeah. Vinny don't like the SNES stuff. I don't.
Vinny wants to know, first he hopes we're all doing glorious.
And that should mean something to Dylan.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's a reference.
Okay. I figured it was a reference.
I think it's a wrestling reference.
It's a wrestling thing.
That's silly.
I saw a GIF in the chat earlier.
I didn't see that.
The glorious Bobby Roode.
Okay.
There you go.
Vinny would like to know, what game or series of games that's been on a long hiatus do you believe should have a revival in the gaming industry? Do you feel it would be as popular as it was in its heyday? Hope you guys enjoy the question. Catch you later.
Yep. KOTOR 3, done. Bam.
Final answer.
And yes, I believe it would be very, very, very popular.
I think that's a good choice.
Stand in. All right, moving on. Thank you, Vinny. Okay, so we've got your answer.
A game popped into my head today that I hadn't thought about in a long time, and that was Sly Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Those games were super... I bet you that game actually aged pretty well, too, because that was cel-shaded. I bet you that's still pretty playable.
Yeah, it's like those
PS1,
kind of...
PS2?
PS2 era, I think. It's like those games are fun, and I think the art style that they do have, like if you kind of rebooted that, like those games look sweet. Like the new Ratchet and Clank, like it's basically just the old game, but it looks so good.
I could get up behind like a new Jack and Daxter or a new Toe Jam and Earl.
Yeah, Jack and Daxter is my choice.
Yeah. I think that actually might be coming back.
Well, I think
if you pre-ordered
The Last of Us
Revisited, I don't know what it's called. That new Last of Us game. Oh, not Last of Us. No,
or the Uncharted
Drake,
Lost Legacy?
Yes.
Legacy.
Hey, look, 3 games guys can actually get one title, and it actually has nothing to do with Nathan Drake. It's
these
the
other
ladies.
Stories that were part of the DLC.
I hear it's terrific, too.
Yeah.
So, anyway, if you pre-ordered that, you got Jack and Daxter for free. So,
remastered, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe they're like, kind of seeing how that is.
I didn't see, and I didn't play the Uncharted games though. I guess I played them. I just didn't play the last one.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't feel strongly about them one way or another. They're great games.
Yeah.
but it's like,
I hear this new one is probably one of the best. So
cool. Yeah, Jack and Daxter, I'd like to see
that'd be a
that.
good one. That'd be a lot of fun. I can get behind that. I love those kind of games too. It's new Spyro the Dragon game, right? Maybe
cool.
what we really just want is just Super Mario Odyssey. And
Kinda, because when was the last time we had a 3D Mario game,
right?
Like a la Super Mario World or Super Mario 3D World?
I guess
Super Mario 3D.
Ukulele.
Well, but I'm talking like an actual Mario game, like other than Super Mario 64.
Yeah, but all those games kind of fit in that same genre, that kind of 3D platformy, probably has terrible camera angles, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, golly, I look back to those days.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think any of those would be fun.
Yes?
It's good.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you, Vinny. Up next.
Let's do the second one.
Okay, up next from Josh. Josh says, Master Chief was once the face of Xbox. And then he died. No. With Bungie jumping ship, Microsoft has not capitalized as strongly as they could for maintaining the face and future of Xbox. People call us in the middle of this show, and it's really annoying. Hang on. Hello?
What are you doing?
I'm recording a podcast.
Oh, well then get back to it. I'll bother you later.
I'll call you back in like 20 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. And we're back. I did not even stop recording.
That's good enough. That was Dave. Dave's good people.
That was one of my bosses. Anyway, so Josh wants to know, do we believe that Xbox needs a new face for their franchise or franchises? If you think any current IPs could take that place, or do they need a new one to be established? Xbox needs its Mario. Every platform needs its Mario.
Okay.
That's what I think.
So what is PlayStation's? And I'm going to say that again. What is PlayStation's?
What is PlayStation's Mario?
PlayStation's.
No, that's different.
I'm going to say...
If you have to think this hard,
Up
the answer is
until-
there's not one.
Well, like... For me, I can't say it was necessarily their Mario, but was probably the closest thing to it from the PS2, PS3, up until the PS4, just because it hasn't come out yet, is God of War.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to say is there's just because when you see God of War, you instantly know PlayStation, and when you see PlayStation, one of the first things a lot of people thought at the time was God of War, or Kratos in particular.
I would make the argument that next to Mario, Master Chief or Halo is more closely tied to a console, a current gen console, than on any other system. Like when you think Halo, you think Xbox.
Yes.
And there's a current,
of course, even still.
And Halo 5 has come out on the Xbox One. The Master Chief Collection came out on Xbox One. They're making a big deal about Halo 5 getting remastered in 4K.
Halo Wars 2.
And Halo Wars 2 as well. They're making a big deal about Halo 5 getting a 4K remake for the Xbox One X. So, I just disagree with the premise altogether. Like, I think actually that Master Chief and Halo is very, 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 very closely tied to the Xbox, probably more so than any other system other than Mario and Nintendo. Yeah. I don't think that PlayStation has one at all, really.
I think Nathan Drake's the closest thing, and I've never really felt he was he was never the guy.
I think the problem, and Dylan and I talked about this earlier, is that Nathan Drake is just too close to being he's too close to either being Indiana Jones or a female Lara Croft to really be an identity on his own. So, and I guess the question is I don't think PlayStation needs one either.
No.
And I don't really necessarily think that Xbox does either. Like, it's really nice to have franchises that people say, oh, there's a new Xbox coming out. I can't wait to play Halo and Gears of War, the newest versions of Halo and Gears of War and Forza and, blah, 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 blah. There's a new PlayStation coming out. I can't wait to play God of War and, whatever,
so you can't think of any
Spider-Man and Uncharted and, all those games. Like, that's why consoles get super excited over exclusives. It's because you used to have mascots and now you have exclusives. And so as long as those exclusives exist, I don't think you need a Master Chief or a Halo, but I think that Xbox is still doing a very good job of using those. So
because Halo for the longest time.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
It still is.
Whenever I see a Halo thing, I skip past it because I'm like,
I
don't play
that.
Xbox.
Yep.
I don't play Xbox. I don't play Xbox.
Yet.
For another month.
There you go.
So. Did you have anything to say about this?
Oh, sorry.
Well, I
apologize, Dylan.
Well, I think there's another way to look at this, and I think face of Xbox and like face of Nintendo and face of this is a little bit different than like mascot.
True.
Because I think there was a time when games systems and companies had mascots, and that was in the days where Spyro the Dragon came bursting onto your television screen, and you saw all these characters on these TV commercials, and they were really mascots, and they promoted in a different way. Whereas today, I don't think that exists as much, other than Mario. I think Mario is going to be the most iconic character forever, and like no one is ever going to surpass like what Mario means to Nintendo unless
and I think the other side of that too is that I think that gaming companies have actually gotten really good at exposing a little bit of their people too. Like Xbox has Phil Spencer, and people are like, "Oh, I know who Phil Spencer is. He's the president of Xbox." They've got Major Nelson. Like people know who Major Nelson is. Nintendo's got Miyamoto. They know who that is, and even like a lot of big developers have. I mean, everyone knows who Cliff Bleszinski is. A lot of people know who some of these big developers are and who leads. Who's the creative director for teams, and I think they're to some degree replacing mascots and stuff with actual real people that can come on and you go like, oh, I can't wait to see what Phil Spencer's going to say at E3 because man, that dude can talk. I can't wait to see what's on his shirt because he's always got cool shirts on. Yeah. So
part of me does wish though that we kind of still had these kind of mascots because it is fun.
Like
it is fun, but I think also kind of in the current generation of consoles and I guess games, it's much more modern and contemporary. I mean, obviously, it's up to date, and it's like games used to be funner.
Yeah.
Now they're kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it too.
Right.
And I think Nintendo has always kind of been fun,
quirky.
So I mean, when the Wii came out, it was funny, goofy, quirky. I mean, the Nintendo Switch. I mean, they kind of got a little. They took it to a rooftop hipster party, so that was kind of out of their wheelhouse. But I mean, I think
I still make fun of that commercial.
I do too. Every single time I take my Switch anywhere.
Yeah. We literally went to a rooftop barbecue the other day, and I asked Kevin to text our friends, "Hey, do you want me to bring our Switch over so we can have a party like they did in the commercial?"
Did you?
No.
Missed opportunity.
He's a liar. He totally
I most certainly did not.
You could have had the full Switch experience, and you chose to just do
I chose
barbecues.
poorly.
Oh well.
I'll name the movie.
Who's next?
Oh, you didn't name the movie.
Oh,
That's
no,
okay.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Indiana Jones.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy crap, we got it. Ed El Chalupa King.
Chalupa King.
I like Ed. He's in our Discord. Good guy.
Okay. See, I feel like I've missed a lot over the last week
You'll be back.
or so not having my laptop.
Yeah.
El Chalupa King.
He asks, what two titles do you wish would do a crossover? He's trying to picture a Halo and Gears of War. What would also be the worst?
What would be the worst? I don't remember who suggested that. I think it was my friend Rich. He's like, you could do that too. I'm like, yeah, we could. I think actually Halos and Gears would be great. Like
that would be
it'd be
awesome.
a lot of fun.
Like all the blood and like gnarly gore-ish stuff from Gears with the Halo space.
Well, Gears is such a good like cover shooter too.
Yeah.
Like mixing that in with Halo could be a lot of fun.
God, I love the Gears games.
Right, they're real good. I actually think like, did you guys remember? Like, this is probably like I don't know, 90s kids remember, maybe 70s kids remember when they did the weird crossover movie. I want to say with the Jetsons meeting the Flintstones.
Yeah,
right.
It was animated.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to see Fallout meet Skyrim. Like take Bethesda because like they same license, right? And either bring like a Skyrim dude to like the nuclear wasteland future, or pull someone in like an awesome mech suit back into Skyrim land. I think that could be very strange. Probably, I think I'd take a Skyrim person forward. I think that could be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
like a dude with like weird magic and strange, like magical swords and stuff fighting like giant weird mutant orcs and stuff. I think that could be a heck of a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
I like it.
I kind of want to put Mario in the Fallout universe just to see what would happen.
But I mean, let's be honest. Like Mario already lives in like the LSD universe where you eat magic mushrooms and get bigger and shoot fire and turn into a raccoon.
They probably wouldn't look much different to him.
Yeah,
instead of just jumping on everyone's head and just like throwing fireballs and slinging fireballs and saving princesses.
Could be fun.
I don't know. I want to see
getting down.
I want to see something extremely like cutesy, whatever.
Like
in
Mario meets Rabbids.
No, in some gnarly violent,
Yeah.
crazy, bloody, gore over the top kind of universe. I want to see that.
Yeah. How about like Metroid meets Dead Space?
Isn't that kind of like
Kind of, but like it's not like Dead Space wasn't really a Metroidvania. I think that could be a lot of fun.
right?
Could be interesting.
See, but are you talking like Metroid Prime? Because it would have to be first person.
I want to put Mario in the Doom universe.
Yeah, see,
think
that's the
that's-
kind. That's
but
the
like
kind of
old
thing I'm
school
thinking.
Doom.
Yeah, give
Not-
Mario a big weapon and
Not
just let
Doom,
him go.
like not new Doom, but like Doom, original
Yeah.
92 Doom. Yeah,
Or if you put like 8-bit Mario into New Doom,
that could be cool too. I get behind that.
turn it. Oh my gosh, what if you made a side
Mario
scroller?
64 in Doom.
Right? But what if you made a side scroller shooter platformer like of Mario
Yeah.
with the Doom characters, like all 8-bit retro?
I love it.
That would be
Love it.
fun.
What's the worst?
like
I'm actually.
I'm pretty sure that also qualifies as the worst. Just gonna throw that out there.
So I think the thing is like crazy mashups are. I don't know if there is a worst one. Did you guys ever? You never played Diablo 3, right? Either of you?
No.
So Diablo 3 has this like I don't know what it's called, but like super happy fun land where occasionally they just go through this portal and your Diablo character with swords and spells and stuff, and all of a sudden you're in this weird world full of like unicorns and rainbows and crazy, but everything's still trying to kill you, and so you spend until you can find the way out. You just spend all your time viciously murdering like unicorns and all these other cute little characters. So like I'm not sure there is a bad mashup, and even weird things like like Mario teaches typing. Like that works, right? So.
Oh, do you remember Mario Paint?
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah.
really strange.
Yeah. But I mean, I think that the thing is like, there's probably bad ones, but like,
I mean, Kingdom Hearts worked, so
right? I think that I think there's a lot of. Like you're joking, but when you first heard about Mario and Rabbids, you're like, how the heck's that going to work?
Even though I was really excited
And it
about
looks super great.
That's out now, isn't it?
No, it comes out at the end of this month. I want to say August 29th.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know. I love mashups. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
I'm into it.
Cool.
I'm definitely into it. All right. Thank you, Ed El Chalupa King. And we have a question from Annie. I'm very excited. Annie asks us, what's the weirdest video game you've ever played? And the weirdest game she's ever played was probably this PS4 game called Tulip, and you literally go around kissing people.
I actually looked into this game, and it looks really, really, really strange.
I tried playing like the real life version of that, and I almost went to jail, but I definitely got a
I
restraining
was a
order
victim of
against
that
me.
once.
Really?
Yeah.
They did that to me when I was a kid in school.
Yeah.
Everyone tried
Did
to
that
kiss
happen to you?
Yeah, I was kissed by a girl in second grade, just randomly.
I'm having a flashback, man. My mom took me to
sweating.
school. She took me to school for kindergarten, and I will never forget it. I had Mrs. Jones and Mrs. Norfus. Those were my two kindergarten teachers, and I remember being taken to school and having to bolt from the car into the school because all the girls would would chase me and try and kiss me.
I am very
handsome,
attractive
I know.
man. Yeah,
I am, but that's like this thing that she's talking about. This is like I went to therapy
It
for
happened
that,
to you.
man. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a thing.
So listen to the description of this game because it sounds amazing. Tulip puts the player in the role of a young man who just moved to a new town and next door to the girl of his dreams. Although she wants nothing to do with him due to his family's poor economic status,
Oh my
he
gosh.
decides to write her a heartfelt love letter. The letter's stolen. It's up to the protagonist to travel around the village and retrieve all its pieces. The gameplay of Tulip revolves around improving the player's reputation with the citizens in order to access all parts of the town. To do this, the player must impress each member of the community, then kiss them.
That's real weird. It sounds like, is that like Leisure Suit Larry?
I think,
Like,
I
just
think,
less
I
adult?
think
Yeah.
that might be like the kid version of Leisure Suit Larry. Yeah. So that game sounds
So
super,
what's the
super
weirdest
weird.
ones you've played? Because I don't think I've played anything that weird.
That's real weird. I think that takes the cake for.
I, without being graphic in any way, have played some Japanese games that are real strange. Really, 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 really strange and may involve copious amounts of nudity.
Catherine was pretty weird, but I haven't played it all, but that was real weird, but like in a really good way though.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think is, I mean,
These
that's part of
games
the
are
question,
like Catherine, but not necessarily in a very good way.
Yeah.
I don't know. If I've got a
So,
weird one.
have you guys ever played Dante's Inferno?
No.
On the PS3?
Yes.
I wanted to play it. Oh, I think I played the demo.
think I played a demo, yeah.
There is a boss in Dante's Inferno. I mean, the game overall is real strange. It's like a trip through, Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, basically.
So you're descending into hell. The boss, I don't know the right way to phrase this and still keep this a fairly family-friendly podcast. There is a boss who is a woman, and she is topless, and her, whatever's her chest is enhanced with tongues. Just, I don't know, go video,
That's odd.
It's real odd.
That's real weird.
There's videos of this on YouTube. I would suggest that sometime when you're not at work, you go look at those.
Or if you are at work, really want to freak people out.
Whatever. Yeah, I pulled the video up here.
You.
Yeah. It's that was, I remember pulling that up. I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep playing this game because this is kind of turning me off. Women in general. Like I don't know what to make of this. So anyway, go check that out. So apparently I'm the only one that plays weird games.
I wish I had.
I'm trying to think.
I know. I wish I had, because I know I played some games where I'm like, well, that was weird. What was that? But I can't remember what it was because it was so like.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I mean, Brutal Legend was weird.
Brutal Legend was
like,
really weird, but in a
best
really
way.
good way. I love that game. Jack Black.
Jack Black was this heavy metal
I don't like
guy.
Jack Black.
Oh.
What?
I know.
all right.
You don't like the D?
Not tenacious.
Stop that.
Not
Tenacious
tenacious
D?
D. Not
To each their own.
Yeah, I just don't.
Anyway,
That's my thing.
what's next?
Sorry, Annie. I wish I had a better answer for you. I know it's
I
your
have to
first time
let
submitting
that
a
one
question.
stew. It'll hit you in
Yeah.
the middle of the night. You'll be like, that was weird.
Yeah.
Or we'll go out of our way and try to play some
I
weird
think we need
games.
to try and find this Chalupa game.
Chalupa?
I would also like to find a Chalupa.
Now I really want to go to Taco Bell. Thanks, Cliff.
Sorry. I think we should find this Chalup game and see if we can let's play it. I think it's backwards compatible. It's a PS2 game, I want to say, that came out on the PS3, it looks like. So I would like to play this weird neighborhood
Interesting.
kissing game.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Annie. Keep the questions coming, by the way. John Crawdad. Who's this?
He is in our Discord as well.
Okay. These nicknames are killing me. John Crawdad asks, what would you consider a game changer? And what he means is a game that revolutionized a genre, like WoW did for what I'm assuming MMOs, Diablo did for
Isometric
top-down
action
thingers,
RPGs.
Half-Life did for...
first-person environmental puzzle games.
Oh, okay. Et cetera.
Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And actually, dang it, I had a really good one for this, and now I've forgotten about it. Do you guys have any thoughts? Like, what's the game that and I guess the thing is I don't know if this necessarily has to be a game that changed a genre, but what's a game that changed your perception of games, even? Or that, like, wow, I never thought a game could do that.
I honestly, Breath of the Wild, for me, I never knew
Climb anything.
Well, there's that, but I
that
never
your
knew a
stamina bar
game.
will allow.
I never knew a game could be so big.
Yeah.
It is a gigantic game just in map size alone, and the fact that you can go anywhere on that map, if you can see it, you can go to it. That I don't think has ever been done.
I agree. I'm not.
Like in that way, let alone come on a cartridge the size of my thumb.
Yeah. I think that, like, as much as I rag on Breath of the Wild, I think it's a great game, and I think that I don't know if it's I can't imagine that it's like the biggest game ever made. Like Skyrim feels way bigger than it, but it may not be.
Did you see the map?
I do remember that map.
The
though.
map
Yeah,
comparison
I mean,
to it
physically bigger, but
yeah, but the
like
thing that's so
maybe more
amazing to
dense.
me,
I think stuff like Skyrim and like Elder Scrolls and stuff like all those games, they're not as big map wise, but they're absolutely more packed in with density and like content and population and things like that.
But I think what Breath of the Wild did that I don't think any other game's done very well is I see that thing over there and I can walk to it.
Yeah, it might take you 20 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, I think a lot of other games, and I think it's just because a lot of other games just don't have... I think because of the way the Zelda world is made, where it's not crazy detailed, it's cell shaded. It's not like I'm trying to put 5,000 trees on this giant mountain. It's done in a way. I mean, they made their text so that you could say like, "Hey, I see that mountain over there. I can walk to it." Where you can't do that in a Skyrim, just because Skyrim's trying to model a world that is at least quasi-realistic.
Right, right.
It wants to guide you into paths. It wants to do things where Zelda really just did say like, "Hey man, you're free. You're off the plateau. Go figure out where you're going."
And there is, and I mean, for as simplistic as the content can be in Zelda, there's still a ton of content.
Oh, and
in
it's,
that game.
and
There
it's
is a
gorgeous.
ton of it.
I don't mean to say that either as like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
ugly. Like that game's gorgeous.
Right. I'm just talking
So,
about as far
yeah.
as like quests and things to do. There's
Oh,
so
yeah.
much to
Yep,
do.
I agree.
So
yeah,
but
no, Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's. I think
wouldn't say it revolutionized anything for me, but it definitely made me go, "Wow, this is what they can actually."
it's
do.
a little cliched, but
Yeah.
or, I mean, the answers. The thing is, it's not cliched, but it's such an easy answer these days that I think a lot of people give Breath of the Wild as the answer for a lot of things. But it's such a good game.
In 5-10
It's-
years, we'll be talking about something completely different that totally changed the game.
Yeah,
But for
yeah.
right now, that's what it is for me.
Yeah. How about you?
Overwatch. No, I'm kidding.
Overwatch is one of them. I was gonna say start with Grand Theft Auto. It's
Yeah.
kind of a.
That's really true.
That's a good go-to.
Grand Theft Auto 3
Yeah.
was a big game changer for me.
For sure. It's just that the open world do anything kind of idea. I don't remember that
Yeah.
too much before, but I was actually having an interesting conversation with my buddy this weekend, and we were talking about Overwatch, of course. And I was telling him why I liked Overwatch so much, but I kind of started thinking about why I liked it because it was something so fresh and new, and I was thinking back to all the games that kind of took first-person shooters and did something new with them, because it's a thing that's been around forever.
Oh, yeah.
But like, why I liked Overwatch, and I hadn't seen a game like that did that for me since, like, I mean, Left 4 Dead did something new with first-person shooters. It's like you're a first-person shooter, but now you have all these zombies that are different every time you play the game, and these different maps that each time the experience is different, the weapon drops is different. But then also you can play as the zombies. Like that was cool.
Yeah.
And then I mean, Halo 2 was also one of those first-person shooters where they did this whole multiplayer competitive. That was one of the first, I think, real esports that, I mean, you watched on TV. Like I remember watching Halo 2 competitively on TV. And then before that, I'm sure it was, I mean, Doom was one of them, and Half-Life.
I remember so distinctly, like, Doom. I mean, it's crazy to think that this was something that I did, but I had a good friend who also had, I don't remember if it was Doom or Doom 2, but, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, mid-90s, where we'd be like, okay, hey, Matt, I'm going to call you, and like, okay, I'm going to hang up now, and so you turn on your Doom 2 to be like the receiving one, and I'll make my Doom the calling one, and we'll play Doom together, you know, over a phone line, direct connect to each other.
That's so
and
crazy.
then the game would crash. You'd have to like call him back, like, okay, man, so I'm going to call you. You know, it was just crazy. But at the same time, to be able to play a game with other people that weren't in the same room as you was absolutely incredible. You know, it was so amazing to be able to have that experience. So, I mean, Doom was one for me. I think, like you were saying, like Diablo 2 was that way for me, where a game that so much of it was randomly generated or procedurally generated.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing when that started
2000,
happening.
you know, where I could play the same levels over and over and over and over again, and they were slightly different every time.
It's like, I don't know how many times I played the same 4 maps on Left 4 Dead.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yep.
it was completely different through each act. Like, that was so cool. And then I think Far Cry also kind of did that for me too, was where it was mostly a linear shooter, but they had this idea that you could go from different paths.
Yeah.
Like, it was a linear game, but you could hit the objective
A bunch of
loud,
different
you
ways.
could hit it quiet, you could, I mean...
Rocket League was a game like that for me, just because I'm not a sports ball person. Like,
They made sports fun.
Yeah, I don't follow anything but soccer, and like I play FIFA, but not in any sort of like, hey, that's something I'm doing every weekend. And then, you know, Rocket League came out, and all of a sudden there's a, you know, I would call that a sports game that I played every weekend for a year. You know, I put 400 and something hours into that game, and I never would have thought I would have done something that, you know, was objectively a sports game to that level. It
Right.
changed the way I looked at sports. So it's good. How about you? Did we ask you already?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, we
I,
did.
yeah, I
You
talked
were-
about Zelda. What about you?
Didn't I just talk? We've all talked.
We all
Well,
talked.
okay.
There's been
Can
talking.
I go back to Annie's question for a second? Something-
Yes.
I haven't played this. I want to say that at the front of this. But did you ever remember seeing the game Playboy the Mansion?
Yes, I sold video games when that
Yeah,
game came
it
out.
was like The Sims, but you played a young Hugh Hefner
Yeah.
in the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's weird.
It came out,
That's,
and
you think?
they had to I think that was one of those games too that came out. They're like, you can't put this on shelves. It got an AO rating originally, and they had to dial it back. Do you guys remember? Me and my brother were talking about this the other day.
BMX Triple X.
Yep. So it was
It's like bike riding, but topless.
Yeah, but it was who is Jeremy McGrath? Is that what I want to say?
Dave Mira.
Dave Mira.
They
Yeah,
have the Dave Mira BMX games.
yeah, and they had
Didn't
the license
Dave Mira
for
die?
it. Yeah, he did. He killed himself. Last year, I want to say.
I got hard fast.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Bring the
Sorry.
podcast down. But
okay.
yeah, no, he had they had a bunch of licensed games, and then they I don't know, these games aren't selling. What can we do? And they just we add topless women to them, and we call it BMX XXX. And it was Dave Mira's BMX XXX, and he sued them so
think?
much. So yeah, no, I never played either of those, but yeah, I remember selling both of them when they came out, and little 14-year-olds going I'm like, no, I won't sell that to you. Go away. Nice. So
It's so silly too.
Oh, yeah,
It's just super
right?
silly. I did think of a game though that I have played briefly, but Katamari Damacy, where you roll the ball around and stick on things.
Yep.
I don't really know what I
the
played
game's
it a little bit.
amazing,
I don't even know what I was doing.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
I never
real
did.
weird. I don't really know how to explain it anymore.
Yep. Yeah, it's an amazing game.
I never played that.
Absolutely amazing game.
All right, well, there's your questions for the week. Thank you, everybody, for submitting your questions. Going to wrap it up real quick. Couple of cheap free game things to go over. Up first is the new Xbox Game Pass. It's launching in 8 new countries, and they're adding a whole bunch of games for September.
There's some good stuff coming out, too. I'm going to have to open this up because I don't have them memorized.
Well, one of the ones that I'm playing on the PC, which is coming to Games Pass, which it's now I have an Xbox, now I'm going to have to get Games Pass, and now I already own this game on my PC. I'm going to start having problems.
There you go.
Metro Last Light Redux.
Yes, which I hear is terrific.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. They're also getting Fable 2, which I think is arguably one of the best Fables. But one of the cool
How many
things...
Fables are there?
3.
Oh.
Plus their card game. One of the cool things, though, is Recore Definitive Edition is coming to Games Pass. And so Recore came out, I'm going to say earlier this year, probably January, February. It's kind of fun. It's kind of a Zelda-esque game where you're this woman walking through this wasteland collecting things. It's really fun. I played about 2 hours of it, and then I hit a weird bug and never went back to it. But they're releasing a Definitive Edition that is going to be in 4K. And it is going to add a bunch of new stuff, and they're putting it in Games Pass for free.
Wow,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and I think that's kind of one of those things that Microsoft is going to be able to do with Games Pass. So
10 Second Ninja.
yeah,
That's a fun little game.
yeah. So they've got that. 10 Second Ninja is really fun. Actually,
Yeah.
I've played that too. Another game I can't pronounce: Garou, Mark of Wolves.
Garu.
Yeah.
I'm going
Hue,
Garu.
which I think I played that on the PlayStation. I think it was a PlayStation Plus game a couple months back.
Yep.
And then The Bridge, which I also have not played, but
Which I'm assuming that's a physics-based kind of thing.
maybe, I don't
Yeah.
know.
There's that.
Lots of new stuff though. That's fun.
How much is Games Pass?
$10 a month.
Oh.
And there's actually a free trial. You can get a month free.
Ooh.
So,
Yay, that's going to be fun.
yeah.
Another quick pass of the cheap free games list brings us to the Humble Bundle Spooky Horror Bundle.
I can't believe they didn't do this one in
Spooky
October.
horror.
It
I
seems
know.
like they really missed a.
Why did they do this?
Yeah.
That's silly. But there's a lot of great games in
Yeah.
here, and I'm kind of tempted to do the full.
I am too.
I think I'm going
because
to do
it's-
it because I want to get Dead by Daylight.
yeah,
Yeah,
I have a
that's-
couple friends that play that, and I didn't know that until I got a PC
Yeah.
recently. And
Is
mean,
that
I've got-
multiplayer?
it's a 4v1 game.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's a
I've got
1v4.
Layers of Fear
I think
already. I
it's-
think we all do.
Basically Friday the 13th, but not Jason.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Layers of Fear is great, but this actually has the DLC, which I don't have, and I've wanted to get.
Oh.
So that's
Layers of
kinda
Fear has
fun.
DLC?
It
Oh, I did
does.
not
So
know
have you
that.
played Layers of Fear?
Not yet.
Yeah, so
That's one of the unclaimed ones I've got in my.
it's so good. Layers of Fear is amazing. I love it.
So maybe what I'll do is I'll buy this and I'll just give that other one
Perfect.
away to somebody else because
Yeah.
they don't deserve everything.
Exactly. Alien Isolation, I've heard, is really, really good
I've
too.
heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's the average, but
My
less than
nephew
650.
is obsessed with Five Nights at Freddy's.
And I've never played them. I don't think those are my jam.
Same.
Like I'm not
I don't know.
I'm not a big jump scare kind of guy.
He
I prefer
loves
my
them. and
psychological
he's
horror.
9 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then there's a bunch of games you can pay $1 for and get a game called Dead Age, Dread Out, Keepers of the Dark, and Lakeview Cabin Collection for whatever you want to pay, and they all have mostly positive or very positive reviews.
Yeah.
So
everything in this
it looks like you can
bundle
get
is mostly positive or higher.
8 games for $10, which is not bad.
because I need more.
Yep.
All
Always.
right, well, there's that. We already covered your Troll Corner, but I'll just bring it up again. Thanks, Nintendo, and your SNES pre-order, blah, blah, blah crap. Turds. Anyway, I think that is all we've got for the week.
I think so.
Yeah, you can always find us online at bitemepodcast.com, BYTE me, podcast.com. Same with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Mixer, Twitch. Yes.
We've got a lovely Discord channel full of lovely people.
Yeah, go to our website and just click on the little invite up in the right-hand corner.
Yep, looks like a little controller.
It's cute. It's purple.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And we like people.
Yeah, and if you want a sticker, we've got stickers, and we will send you a sticker. Just hit us up.
I already sent out 11 of them.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Well, we've got 150 more.
Yeah, perfect.
Roughly.
Yeah, I'm going to make Adam send out the next ones.
Yeah. Totally. So hit us up if you guys collect addresses
Stickers
for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm terrible at stuff.
Yeah,
things.
but if you want one, let us know. We'll hook you up.
It's super cool. All right, that's that. We will see you next week.
Blah.